It's time for Should a Cheap Shoe Spook You? Part 2. Welcome to What's in My Shoe, the show where we talk all things feet and no subject is off limits. As you'll see here, I'm kind of by myself. Dr. Lockwood decided to take this episode off, so I'm bringing in a special guest. Dr. Risby, get on in here.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited for the show.
Good.
I'm excited to go.
So today we're going to go for round 2 of Should a Cheap Shoe Spook You?
Can't wait.
What do you think about that?
I'm really excited. I'm excited to educate people on if a cheap shoe should spook you. Spoiler alert, it should.
Wow.
Well, let's find out why.
That's the end of episode, guys. Bye. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Check us out on Twitter,
Please
Facebook,
do.
Instagram. Peace.
Thank you.
So what I'm going to do here is producer Chad has provided me with some scenarios of people buying shoes, whether they're cheap or awesome or what they are. And he's going to look at this and tell me what he thinks about them. So I'm going to read them. Dr. Risby is going to react. And then I'm assuming he's probably going to come back with what a good shoe would do for you in that situation. Does that sound about right, producer Chad?
Sure, yeah.
Okay,
Let's do it.
Number 1.
Yes.
Just looking for something cute. My favorite grocery store has these shoes I want for $5 whole. Something like these.
These ones. All right. So
Or those.
Here, you look at these. What did you say the patient's name was?
I don't have a name.
All right.
Susie.
So, Susie. All right, Susie. So you look at these. It says memory foam. Makes it sound super fancy, comfortable. You think of memory foam. You think of a pillow, something like that. Right. So when you're assessing a shoe, forget the memory foam part of it. You want to make sure if it's stable, you want to make sure that it's supporting your feet, right? And so if you see a shoe and you could kind of bend it, it's really not doing much. Honestly, the $5 shoes, you might as well be barefoot, really, because that's almost what you are. You're not getting any support from these.
But my feet aren't cute. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we'll find you a nice supportive shoe gear with that also look good. How does that sound? Just be careful with these. Certain shoes, they might look good, but they're not good for your feet. So you really want to make sure that you have something that's good and supportive.
Right. All right. Number 2. I found some really cool shoes on clearance, and they're only one size larger than I normally wear. I'll just put on a few pair of socks, right?
No. So, I'm all for...
Like these. These are one size larger than me.
I'm all for getting something on sale. That's all right. Good supportive stuff can also be on sale. But, again, if you have a shoe that's not your size, you're going to slide around in it a lot. It's going to cause trauma to your nails. It's going to cause pain to your heels. It's going to be unstable. You're more likely to sprain your ankle. The list really goes on and on for a lot of the foot problems you might have if you don't have a good fitted shoe. It's as important as having a supportive shoe, really.
All right. This is a throwback to a Risby Reacts.
Ooh.
These shoes are really worn out. I think I'll just try a DIY project and make them look new again.
Yeah, again, that's like having like a really old car and like painting it and making it look new, but the engine is still old. Kind of the same concept here.
It's like painting over the rust of your wheel well.
You're not really doing much. Again, when the shoe wears away, it's going to wear away in a certain pattern, which is the way that you walk. And so that's really going to, again, you're more prone to sprains, you're more prone to tendon injuries, ligament injuries. Again, you don't want to wear a shoe once it's starting to worn out, or even like we saw something where the shoe was ripped here. That's going to be a huge problem if you keep wearing that and you just patch it up. Because you're really not fixing the problem, you're just hiding it.
All right. This is one I can totally relate to.
Yeah?
These heels are so tall and I can hardly walk in them, but they're cute and affordable. I just can't pass this up.
Again, I mean, it's all right.
Come on.
Depending
Give me
on
one.
Scott, you would look nice in heels. You can wear heels, but for
I have
this
great
patient,
calves,
I'm sure
just
that
so
you
you know.
do. I'm sure that you do. But in this case, again, heels are, obviously as a podiatrist, I'm going to say don't wear heels. I also have to be realistic.
Right.
If you're not in any foot pain, you have to go to a wedding or whatnot, you have to wear heels. That's fine. But if somebody who has plantar fasciitis, somebody with tendon ligament problems, you have to avoid heels really at all costs. Again, you're going to pay for it really the next day. And we see a lot of those patients in our office where they go to a wedding or go to an event with high heels and then, they end up paying for it, Monday morning. And so.
Yeah, I remember a time with Dr. Lockwood, she wore heels to a wedding in Las Vegas. And I remember walking through the casino, I had to stop and buy her an inordinately expensive pair of flats.
Well, there you go.
From a random Vegas store.
Well, there you go. And now,
Yes.
so you learned a lesson the hard way.
Now she takes 2 pairs of shoes. So, all right, next one.
Let's do it.
I love these shoes. They're the style I want. They fit perfectly. I can wear them to work. Man, I love Goodwill.
All right, so you got these shoes from Goodwill, which, again, if they're like not used at all and they're from Goodwill, that's fine, but they're not going to be in Goodwill if they're lightly used.
Yeah.
So again, it's kind of the same thing applies from what I talked about previously. Again, these are nicely worn away. I don't know who did this. Someone took like sandpaper to these just for the purposes of this video, I believe. But
No, another video, but go ahead.
another video. But again, you get something in Goodwill, it's going to be worn away in certain parts of it. The other person who wore those shoes, their wear pattern is going to be on it. It's going to be worn away either on the inside or outside part. It's going to throw off your gait completely.
And not to mention if they had fungus that might still be among us. Haha.
And again, you can...
They're sus.
And yeah, you don't know what the other person had in terms of fungus or really anything else. And so we really want to avoid wearing other people's shoes just to spread any bacteria between each other, especially nowadays.
Right. All right, next one. These shoes are really smelly, but I only wear them at the gym. It should be fine.
Again, no. So what happens is...
No.
So if you wear the shoes to the gym, they're smelling. Again, you're really more prone to fungus in your skin called tinea pedis. Something that we can treat pretty easily in the office, but again, not something you totally want to deal with. And if it's something that's avoidable with just, spraying your shoes in between use, new socks every time you go work out, it's a lot easier than getting the fungus and then having it treated.
Tinea pedis is basically athlete's foot, right?
Athlete's foot.
That's the
That is
common
a fancy
name.
way of saying athlete, exactly.
The clinical way. The right
The clinical way, the correct way, however you put it, yeah.
Okay. Last one. These shoes will go great with my Halloween costume. I really only wear them once, then they become mowing shoes. Hand-me-downs are a lifesaver.
Again, the hand-me-downs kind of goes back to a little bit to the Goodwill. You don't want to wear other people's shoes. You don't want to wear other people's shoes really at all. Forget often. And again, they're going to have different wear patterns. Really, the more you wear a shoe, the less supportive it'll become over time. The size, there's no way the size is correct if it's somebody else's shoe. And so, again, try to avoid that really at all costs. Try to get something that matches your Halloween costume, but is also something that's yours.
But if we didn't have the mowing thing in there, would you be all right with it?
Yeah, one time, that's totally fine. Yeah.
Okay.
But again, if you're mowing your lawn, depending on how big it is, either way, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of use for the shoe.
All right, so let's throw out these crappy ones.
All right, there you go.
Let's talk about some good shoes. What do we need with good shoes?
All right, so good shoes. The main thing that I look at when I'm assessing a shoe is really how rigid it is from about this region to here, where the midfoot is, where the arch is. You don't want that to be able to bend. These New Balances, any New Balance really isn't going to have that. That's where you're getting your support. At the toe, you want a little bit of a bend, just because that's how you naturally walk.
Right.
But in this region here, if you're really floppy like you are in the other shoes, you're not really getting much support. These shoes are incredibly supportive. And again, same with these.
Different styles. I mean, this is a very supportive shoe in a different style, so we could address that. Match your style shoes, because there's all kinds of supportive shoes out there that are dress shoes, any kind. So take that one for instance.
Exactly. Yeah. This has it's a little bit higher, so better for patients more prone to ankle sprains. A little bit more supportive on the ankle. Again, none of these shoes, the good shoes, are going to be really super supportive of the arches. Yeah.
Not really bendable.
No.
And this was the last one we had. This was New Balance. This was a company we have in the office called Anodyne, and then this is another company called Dr. Comfort. So what do you think of those?
Yeah, I mean, these are great too. Again, the inserts aren't in this one, but with the inserts, it's even a little bit more supportive. But yeah, these aren't going to bend much. They're pretty nice and light too.
Yeah, those ones are really light. Yeah. I remember when someone brought these back, or I got these from the office. But size too big for me, which Dr. Risby said I can't
wear those. Yeah, you're out of luck, man. Don't wear 3 socks to fit into them.
All right, well, Dr. Risby, thanks for that great discussion on whether cheap shoes should spook you, and I think as you spoiled it in the intro,
it should spook you.
It should. Don't wear cheap shoes, guys. Let's just be honest. I mean, don't go get your jellies from Walmart or your white canvas shoes from Target. Don't, please. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Go to Often Running. Go to Fleet Feet. Go somewhere and get a decent pair of shoes.
Exactly, yep.
Yeah, so that's going to do it for this episode. And unfortunately, guys, that's going to do it for Season 2 of What's in My Shoe. We're going to take November and December off, kind of rethink how we do things, get some new topics in, and kind come out the gate 2021 strong.
For season 3.
For season 3 of What's in My Shoe. Be ready for riveting episodes. With Dr. Risby, Dr. Lockwood, the voice of Chad, many other things. So be sure, guys, to subscribe to us on YouTube here. Hit the subscribe button below. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when we upload new videos. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok, all the things. Follow us, like us, subscribe, and if you've got any foot problems, give us a call. We'd be happy to take care of you. So, again, that's going to do it for Season 2. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Have a Merry Christmas. And we'll see you all soon. New Year's, and we'll see you at the end of January, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Alright, pause real quick. Sorry.
No!
Battery's like...
I already wear New Balance. I got orthotics. What else do you want from me?
I want you to wear a nice fitted shoe.
Dude,
Let's take a look. Let's take a look
if I
at it.
stink, don't do that.
We went off the rails a little. I feel like you can do something good with that.
That's why we're not doing this the next 2 months.